Welcome to another edition of Mark Reviews. This time I want to do a book review, and I've done a couple already, but this one is one that I just finished reading and actually listening to on Audible. And I had a few things I wanted to say about it. So it's been a lot of discussion around the office about this book right here, The Energy Bus by Jon Gordon. Okay, and this was a Wall Street Journal bestseller. So not New York Times bestseller, but popular, presumably among the business community. And we've been talking a lot about it at work recently. A lot of people got a copy of this and have been reading it. It's pretty short. You know, it's a pretty quick read or listen. On Audible, I think it was only about 2 hours long, a little over 2 hours. And in fact, it was actually cheaper than most books on there. I think it was about $5 on Audible. So, you can go check it out if you haven't yet. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can find it. A few thoughts on this one. This is written in a narrative style. So rather than your traditional kind of self-help books or, best business practices type books, this book is written through the lens of a character, basically. Nothing's going right for him. His marriage is about to end. He's about to lose his job. His car gets a flat tire and it's in the shop. So he's kind of depressed, a lot of things to complain about in his life, and ends up having to take the bus to work. Well, that's where he meets Joy. And the irony of the name was not lost on me. There's a point to that. She starts to slowly help him see that there's more to life than just kind of being down and depressed all the time and things. So without giving it away, her tips are tips that you can apply to your life and to business. But each day as he boards her bus on his way to work, he gets a new insight, a new tip that helps him to do better at home and at work. And so there are good principles in this. It's effectively communicated. But I gotta say, it really didn't hold my interest very much. I was listening to it on Audible, and I do that frequently with a lot of different books. But typically, when I'm getting ready for the day or doing dishes or, mowing the lawn or something like that, I'll be listening to Audible, and it holds my attention. I feel like I'm engaged in the story. I want to know what's going on. This time it didn't. I kept finding my mind wandering. And, I think part of it was I showed you that it was short. That's a good thing if you just want a quick read, but there was for what they were trying to do, which was establish a narrative tone and tell the story through the eyes of a character, there was no real character development. So yes, his job was potentially coming to an end, his marriage was on the rocks, etc., but I didn't really care. Which sounds terrible to say, but he's a fictional character, so I stand by it. I didn't really care, and I wanted to. There are other books out there that do a more effective job of telling this narrative, and it's a similar scenario. Someone who's struggling in business and needs some help and some guidance from a mentor, business mentor. The books that come to mind would be The Go-Giver and The Go-Giver Leader. And I will share links to those in the description below too, because those books are great. If I were to give The Go-Giver a 9 out of 10, this one comes in more like a 4 or 5. So it's kind of a letdown, especially because there's so much excitement around my office about it right now. But I can't really give it my endorsement, but if you're interested and you've already read something like The Go-Giver, check out The Energy Bus. There's nothing bad in here. It's just not as effectively communicated as I thought it could have been. So that'll do it for this Mark Reviews stuff. Go check out The Energy Bus if you want. I'll leave links in the description below to the books that I think are a lot better and more worth your time. And subscribe to this channel. Tell people about what I'm doing here and help me spread the word. Still making that drive for 100 subscribers and beyond. You know what? My sights are not just set on 100. Let's get this out there to everybody, because there are a lot of people who could benefit from this. Thank you to my loyal subscribers. I love you guys. And I just dropped my phone.